Has been asked by the Honourable M. Smuts to the Minister of Correctional Services, the Honourable the Minister.
Thank you very much, Honourable Smuts. I must start by mentioning that the question refers to an opinion piece which was written by Advocate Ramatlodi. And I do want to say that in that opinion piece, the Deputy Minister expresses his political views. And of course, he's exercising his right to freedom of expression and speech in this country as a political leader. And I would like to request the Speaker, if he agrees, that Advocate Deputy Minister Ramatlodi responds to the question that has been raised, because it really has nothing to do with the work that we do in the Department of Correctional Services. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. We will not ask Ramatlodi, Honourable Ramatlodi, to answer because the question was not directed to him, it's directed to Correctional Services. Honourable Member.
So the fact of the matter, may I just place on record that I had in fact put this question in the first place to the Minister of Justice, and it is as a result of the intercession of the Questions Office, ma'am, that it went to the Honourable this Minister. I personally would be delighted to debate this matter with my very good friend, the Honourable Nhwako Ramatlodi. But, Honourable Minister, it is not enough to say that he was exercising his rights to free speech and giving his own political view. He is, as all of us are, sworn to uphold the Constitution of this country. He is, moreover, under Section 92, as are you, Honourable Minister, under an obligation to act in terms of the Constitution. The question, therefore, is whether the Honourable Minister is harbouring an anti-constitutionalist in her ministry. And it is a very serious matter, because what the Honourable Ramatlodi argues is that our Constitution, as negotiated, immigrates power away from the executive and the legislature and towards the courts, and that the old order has built a fortified line in the courts.
Chief Whip.
Honourable Speaker, I wonder whether we want to use this afternoon to deal with things that are irrelevant, because the minister,
Order, honourable members, order. Honourable member, finish your point of order.
The minister has responded, and the matter must rest there.
Yeah.
Order, honourable members, order.
Honourable Speaker, the Chief Whip of the ANC, as it happens, of course, holds views distinctly similar to those of the Honourable Ramatlodi, inasmuch as he has told people inside this House and outside that they may not say that they may take the secrecy bill to the Constitutional Court if it does not comply with the Constitution. Your mistake is exactly the same as that of the Honourable Nhwako. Ma'am, the question is, are you harbouring an anti-constitutionalist in your ministry? Do you accept, does he accept the separation of the powers? If not, he is a democratic centralist.
The Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker and Honourable Smuts. In my view, there's not a single member of the African National Congress, the ruling party thereof, who would not be loyal to the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa. We all are. Not only are we loyal have we pledged our loyalty to this Constitution, but in fact, we actually are architects together with you of this very Constitution. And the fact that, of course, Comrade Nhwako has expressed his views about some elements or some aspects of that Constitution does not make him either to be construed as a person who is not loyal to the Constitution of the Republic. He is. However, I think all of us have a right, and at one point or the other, to begin to engage, to examine, to assess, to analyze the situation around us. And in fact, remember, by the way, that that constitution, which was drafted in 1996, was a constitution where all of us were prepared to give and take. To give and take, if only to heal the nation, if only to build the nation. And that's exactly what happened here. And therefore, if one of us today, together with yourselves, identify some elements of that constitution to be problematic, there's nothing wrong with that. It's important to continue to examine, to continue to assess our surroundings and make sure that at some point we are in line with our needs in the country.
I thank the Honourable Minister. I have on my list the Honourable D.A. Khanare.
Speaker, following your initial response, Minister, are you genuinely standing in this House and saying there are times when you speak as a minister and there are times when you don't speak as a minister on the same issues which affect your own department?
Thank you very much,
Honourable the Minister.
Honourable Member. From where you come, the two of us come from here. And let me, no, don't say what, you don't do that, but I need to remind you, need to remind you something, that yes, I am a minister, and yes, I am a member of parliament, but remember, I'm first and foremost an activist of the African National Congress. And it is my struggle credentials that have put me where I am today. That is why I'm in this parliament, together with you, by the way.
I thank the Honourable the Minister. Honourable Likota. That's the fourth and last question.
Speaker, it is very important that all of us must remember that when we took the oath of office to uphold the Constitution, we did so. We are here on that ground. Now, to assert as a minister that the Constitution is tilted against the enemies of this country is also to assert that those of us who not only participated in its construction, but who also saw allegiance to it, are working with the enemies of this country. It's important that a department of government led by a ministry cannot be led by someone who believes that we are working with the enemies of the country under this constitution. We are here to defend this constitution. Led in its negotiations by the icon of this nation, Nelson Mandela. This constitution is not a sell-out constitution. Therefore, we need to know whether those...
Honourable Member, your time has expired.
We want to know whether those who are leading government hold it...
Honourable Member, take your seat. Your time has expired. Don't you understand simple English? Order, Honourable Members, order. Order. Order.
Speaker.
Order, Honourable Members. Honourable Member.
What is it that I must explain? Speaker,
Honourable Member, please take your seat.
The point is, I will not repudiate what Advocate Nwaku Ramatlodi has written on that opinion piece. And for all I care to know, you, Tara, sitting there, you may be probably agree. You may be
honourable. It's called honourable.
Point of order.
Honourable.
Yeah.
Honourable
please take your seat.
Tara Ligoda.
Thank you very much. That brings us to
sorry, on a point of order, Mr. Speaker.
One more.
On a point of order, there is one more question to be asked. We only had 3 follow-ups as at this point in time.
Okay, Honourable Smuts.
Thank you, sir. Honourable Minister, it is true that we all gave and took whilst we negotiated. But there are some things that are utterly fundamental to this constitution. And it is news to me what the Honourable Hwaku says, that it was a substantive and fundamental concession on the part of the ANC to accept the separation of the powers. Is that your position? Is that the position of the cabinet? Moreover, he also says later in the same piece and describes as a fatal concession the desire of the liberation movement to create a society bereft of any form of discrimination, that is the right to equality. Was therefore the Bill of Rights also a concession? Is that the position of the ministry and of the cabinet?
The Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Honourable Dean Smuts. I think that in my culture, where I am, where I come from, we all have a right to engage, to debate issues, and we actually have a right to differ at times. And I'm sure it applies to the Democratic Alliance. When you debate, you do not expect that you will all agree on a matter. We all hold different views about different matters. But what is the most important thing is, Comrade Nwaku sitting there has pledged his allegiance and loyalty to the Constitution of the Republic. The fact that he's able to do an introspection about some of the processes that we've gone through in the country, the fact that he's able to be critical of some of the elements in the Constitution, is his right to do so. So is your right to express.
Honourable Member, please. Order.
Honourable Terra, Honourable Mikota.
Honourable Member, you're out of order. Please stop heckling.
If you are not a good listener, you will never learn. I listen to you because I want to learn from you. And I think it's important that you listen so that you can learn, so that you can begin to appreciate other people's point of views. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honourable Member.